and daily discussion topic is the government policy regarding taxes agriculture is the topic. Secondly, the debate was proceeded around non-taxation of cultural regarding pension and non-taxation of agriculture. History of agricultural taxation. The agricultural taxation history traces back to 1860. It applied to income all sources of income, even when it was under high taxation land revenue. Land revenue was collected simultaneously, culture was also taxed. 60 was active for 5 years, then repealed. The agricultural taxes were repealed after 5 years in 1865. 1886, in 86 time agricultural tax was excluded. The exclusion dates ever since. From 1886 onward, agriculture enjoyed exemption. Reason for its was that agriculture was already subject to major tax in the form of land revenue. But as land revenue was collected from agriculture, so there is no need to tax agriculture again. So it was exempt. Indian Taxation Inquiry Committee 1925. The Indian Taxation Inquiry Committee made a concerted attempt 1925 agriculture tax in the framework of 1925. Again in the same period, the Indian Taxation Inquiry Committee, it attempted to tax the framework of income tax, but not successful. They observed that there is no historical or theoretical justification for the continued exemption from the income tax of income derived from agriculture. But it observed, the committee observed no historical or theoretical justification for the continued exemption from the income tax of income derived from agriculture. Government of India Act 1935. 1935, the Government of India took away the central government's power to impose tax on agriculture. Earlier, Government of India was allowed to impose tax on agriculture. For the Act of 1935, so took away that power from the Government of India. 1935 Act took away the power of Government of India on imposing taxes on agriculture. Online class. So, Government of India Act 1935. In 1935, the Government of India took away the central government's power to tax on agriculture and gave it to the provincial government. The income of small and marginal farmers is very low in India, can hardly earn a living, and thus are left with no saving, a very small amount of saving. So, imposing a tax on them will further a burden on them. The average per month income of a farmhouse 2012-30 after the survey office just was 6,419 annual per month income. So per month should earn only 6,491. Okay. Average per month income of agricultural household country, small amount of 100. The income expenditure gap for majority of farmers is the negative. That means they spend more than they earn. Their expenditure of a agricultural family more than the income they get. That is, there is a gap between the income and the expenditure, and they spend more than what they earn. Imposing a tax on them further be a burden on no revenue potential. Around 95% of the total asset are owned by small and marginal farmers. That means the 95% of the agricultural asset in the country are owned by small and marginal farmers. Means 5% of the farmers will be able to pay the tax. So the report says or the record says that 95% of the farmers are small and marginal, so they are not in a tax. If agricultural tax is imposed, 5% farmers will be to pay the tax. Okay. And for only 5% tax payers, if tax is imposed and it is not known how much amount collected as tax from the agriculture sector. Okay. Therefore, it will not have major revenue because only 5% of the people pay the tax. What will be revenue potential? The tax income could be very limited and is not owed. Reduction in credit agriculture tax is imposed on farmers. The chances of getting significant credit, and it will lead to credit flowing on farmers. They will have a higher income to show. Because income tax, the only 5% farmers, if tax is them, they will get more credit flow because they are paying the taxes. More credit flow to them. The marginal small farmers will drive off that credit. Okay. Lack of documentation and book records. The small farmers are usually literate and informed. They are unaware of the proper documentation of their land. Okay. The farmers in India being illiterate and unaware, they are not able to maintain proper documentation of their land, and also they do not maintain systematic account regarding their production. Fluctuation of income, large fluctuation the annual income of farmers, because agriculture is dependent on monsoon. Very well said that in India agriculture is a gamble of monsoon. The income of farmers very fluctuating. Flood, drought, cyclone. Okay, so lot many natural calamities, pest, rodents, disease, all the farmers considerably. Harvest are unpredictable as they are affected by weather, disease and pest. Weather condition, disease and pest clearly affect farmers' product or farmers' harvest. As harvest is unpredictable, so imposing a tax on them is unviable. May increase suicide rate of farmers with many farmers suicide because of pending debt, low productivity, small income. Imposing agriculture tax may suicide rate because farmers take a loan, the crop failed due to natural calamities, they are unable to make the payment and they commit suicide. If over and above that, they impose a tax that will further put pressure on them, and there is an apprehension that the suicide number may further increase in the country. Farmer suicide itself is a challenge in India, and it further will again aggravate the situation. Challenges: growth not reflecting funding the tax base. Look at the growth of agriculture in the relative contribution to agricultural income as gross domestic product are sunk at an alarming. It also noted that the elevation in the overall farmers in India definitely not as bad as it was in 18. What is the condition of farmers improving that? Right now, farmers improve. Okay. So, but that has not resulted in such a situation to tax on them. Rendering of non-agricultural for the last 70 years, agricultural income has been as a method to turn black money white currency. Which, no doubt, because agriculture is tax free, so many agricultural income is cited as a means to convert black money to white money. Okay. People learn from other sources and show that they are earning agriculture and pension on tax. The agricultural income path by most politicians, the city sponsored by these politicians to turn their black capital into white capital. Okay, so this is what so a farmland advantages because it's ample scope for diversification black money to white money. According to CG, the laundering of non-agricultural income as agricultural income and consequent evasion and litigation not only done by individual farmer but also by the corporate income from other sources usually shown as income. Thus, evasion is fraud farmer certificate. There also is significant lack of credibility about the way state issue farmer certificate, and farmer certificate make the person enjoy the tax exemptions recommended by several committee. Several committee recommended taxes of agriculture. Report of the Taxation Inquiry Commission, Raj Committee on Taxation Income, Fourth Five-Year Plan 1960. Report of the Fifth Finance Commission 1969, Tax Reform Committee 1991, Kelkar Tax Force on Direct Taxes 2000, White Paper on Black Money 2012, Tax Administration Reforms Committee 2014. All of these committee recommended for improvement of tax, but government has not taken any step. So, affecting the vote bank, the farmer constitutes major country's population. They form a major political group, the vote bank. The introduction of agricultural tax may clearly affect the vote bank of the political party, whatever it may be, Congress, BJP, BJD, whatever it may be. Farmers, because so many programs for the farmer is launched by the government prior to the election, leave the farmer cast vote favor of a political party. If agricultural income is taxed, the farmers' vote will go away from their political party, which decide to impose tax on agriculture. That is why no political party forming the government at the center of the state ever dare to impose tax on agriculture. It's obvious that no government could want to offset such a large population and end their chances of remaining in power. So who will bail the cat? Okay, because the political party which impose tax on agriculture will be facing the direct consequences of negative vote from the large farmer community. No political party, that is why they dare to impose taxes on agriculture. Income tax must be paid if one's income is above a threshold, irrespective of whether one is a farmer. The poor should be exempted regardless of whether they are in agriculture. The decision to implement the agriculture tax in India will be a tough one. The underlying argument in the current discussion is bring more people to the tax rate to expand the tax base and also curb tax economy. Okay. So it is being suggested that agriculture tax should be taxed because this taxation or imposed tax will be rationalization, and the big farmers who are earning a decent sum from agriculture, those who in the guise of agricultural income are parking their black money, converting that to white money, should also pay the tax. But this needs a very proactive action on the part of the government, and that decision depends upon the government, because right now agriculture tax is state subject. State government should formulate plan to impose taxes. That is the need of the time. The next topic is Gramodoya Vikas Yojana. Recently, the chairman of the Khadi and Village Industry Commission of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises distributed toolkits and machinery to artisans under the Gramodoya Vikas Yojana. There have been distributed toolkits and machineries to artisans under the Gramodoya Vikas Yojana. About the Gramodoya Vikas Yojana, this is one of the two components of the Khadi Gramodoya Vikas Yojana, which aims to promote and develop the village industries, common facilities, technological modernization, training, etc. Okay. So this is two components of the Khadi Gramodoya Vikas Yojana, aims to promote and develop the village industry to common facilities, technological modernization of the traditional handicraft and handloom areas, and training to the artisans. It includes the activity carried out under the different village industry program by the government. A component of the Yojana, research and development and product innovation, R&D support to be given to the institutions that intend to carry out product development to innovation, design development, product diversification process, etc. Capacity building, the human resources development and skill training component, exclusive capacity building of staff as well as artisans would be adequately addressed throughout the existing MDTC, okay, and institutions of excellence. Marketing and publicity, the village industry institutions will be provided market support by way of preparation of product catalog, industry directory, market research, new marketing techniques, buyer seller meet, arranging exhibition, etc. So a proper marketing and publicity strategy will be lunch for them, so they will be able to sell their products. Target beneficiary, artisans, unemployed youth and self-help group will be the targeted beneficiary under this program. Eligibility criteria, any person who is a traditional artisan has knowledge of skill in art and craft can be beneficiary under this program. Okay. So through this, government want to provide finance, skill, technology and a strong R&D support to ensure that the artisans so supported by the Khadi and Village Industry Commission are made more income generating and contributing to the economic development of the self as well as for the country. Next topic is Amrit Kalash Jatra. Union Home Minister launched the Amrit Kalash Jatra under the Meri Mati Meri Desh campaign in New Delhi. Under this, 7,500 pots with soil or grains collected from every household, wards and villages will reach Delhi 28th and 30th of October. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi will put soil from these Amrit Kalash, the Amrit Batika created at Delhi in honor of Great Veer, which will keep on reminding every that we must make India great during the period of Amrit Kaal. So right now India is going through the Amrit Kaal. So from the 75 years of independence or the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, the next 25 years it is projected by India as the most auspicious time or Amrit Kaal for the country for all round holistic development. And this Amrit Kalash Jatra will memorialize this particular occasion. About Meri Matti Meri Desh, Meri Matti Meri Desh with the tagline Mitko Naman, Veeron Ka Bandhan is a nationwide and people-led Jan Bhagidari initiative to commemorate 75 years of India's independence. The final of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav program is a tribute to the Veer and the Viranganas who have made the supreme sacrifice for the country in the past. This campaign comprises many activities and ceremonies conducted across the country at the panchayat, village, block, urban local body, state and national level. So through this, they want to commemorate the contribution of the Veera and the Viranganas, so who martyred themselves for the cause of the country. Next topic is the Literacy Week. Ministry of Education decided to organize a Literacy Week to celebrate International Literacy Day. The ULAS Bharat Sakhyarata Karyakram. The International Literacy Day is celebrated on 8 September every year. Okay. So this year on the International Literacy Day, government want to celebrate this International Literacy Day under the ULAS Bharat Sakhyarata Karyakram. So it enables mass participation to inculcate a sense of kartavya bodha and jan bhagidari to each and every citizen of the nation. It will make India fully literate and to increase the number of registration for learners and volunteers. The ULAS mobile app. ULAS Navbharat Sakhyarata Karyakram for all, a centrally sponsored scheme jointly funded by the center and state and is implemented during the 2022-27 financial years in alignment with National Education Policy 2020. National Education Policy was launched in 2020 and it becomes right now being implemented. The scheme has 5 components, namely foundational literacy and numeracy, critical life skills, basic education, vocational skills, continuing education. The slogan for the scheme is Jan Sakhyar. Okay, so what the slogan? Slogan is Jan Sakhyar. Hence, the scheme will cover non-literate of the age group of 15 years above in all state, union territory, the country. By utilizing technology, it seeks to widen access to fundamental literacy and important life skills. The Diksha portal acts as a digital portal for students to access a variety of learning resources. Diksha stands for Digital Infrastructure for Knowledge Sharing. Diksha portal was launched by the government for a student to access a variety of learning resources. It is a national platform for school education, an initiative of the National Council for Educational Research and Training (NCERT). Recently, government has upgraded NCERT to a deemed university. The recognition of contribution towards education, NCERT has been upgraded to a deemed university. Right now, it can offer graduate, postgraduate, and doctorate fellowship degrees to a student. It enables people with visual impairments to access the portal using assistive technology. It can be accessed by learners and teachers across the country and currently supports 36 Indian languages. Diksha can be accessed in languages depending upon the convenience of the learner. So 36 different languages, Indian languages, are being added to this portal. So people communicating or people according to a particular language can access the Diksha portal to get their required information regarding their learning resources. Can get their learning resources in 36 different Indian languages from the Diksha portal. Okay. Next topic is the Zealandia. Okay. Zealandia. The recently discovered fossil suggests a group of seabirds originated in the water around Zealandia. So, okay, it is one of the first fossil of the kind found in the southern hemisphere and is believed to be about 60 million years old. This the fossil of a bird of seabirds originated in the water around Zealandia. One of the first fossil of its kind to be found in the southern hemisphere, believed to be about 60 million years old. About Zealandia, okay, It is a long, narrow microcontinent that is mostly submerged in the South Pacific. It is located in the Southwest Pacific Ocean, primarily to the east of Australia and to the south of New Caledonia. It encompasses the region that includes Zealand and New Caledonia. Okay. Zealandia. Formation Zealandia or the T. Rui A. Maui. The Maori language was officially formally one of the subconstituent continent of the ancient supercontinent called the Gondwana land, which also include Western Antarctica and the Eastern Australia over 500 million years ago. It began to pull away from the Gondwana roughly 150 million years ago. As Zealandia started pulling away, it began to sink beneath the waves with over 94% remaining underwater for millennia. Approximately 1.89 million square miles, 4.9 million square kilometer in size, about half the size of Australia. The vast majority of this now continent is beneath 6,500 feet or 2 kilometers of water. The part of Zealandia which is above water forms the foundation of North and South Islands as well as island of New Caledonia. Tectonic plate boundaries. Zealandia is situated along the boundary of several tectonic plates: the Australian plate, the Pacific plate, and the Indo-Australian plate. The existence of Zealandia was first recorded in 1942. The Dutch businessman and sailor Abel Tasman, who was a mission to find the Great South Continent or the Terra Australia. Then the discovery of the fossil of the bird has brought new light to the emergence of this the existence of the continent. Then let's see the question. How far do you agree with the view that the Indo-China War of 1960 as a betrayal of India's attempt at establishing a long-standing China and having strong Asian axis counteract the increasing influence of the Cold War bloc superpowers? This question is purely on Sino-Indian relations. The India-Sino-Indian War between India and China occurred in October-November 1962. A disputed Himalayan border was the main cause of the war. There has been a series of violent border skirmishes between the two countries after 1959 Tibetan uprising. The Great Tibetan Uprising took place in 1959, in which Dalai Lama, along with his followers, they left Tibet and were given political asylum in India. This has enraged China, and since that the post that Tibetan uprising period, the Chinese incursion was expanded or increased. There has been a series of violent border skirmishes between the two countries after the 1950 Tibetan uprising. India granted political asylum to Dalai Lama, the Tibetan spiritual leader. The Indo-China War of 1962, the betrayal of India's attempt at establishing a long-standing peace. How this is? Unlike its relationship with Pakistan, India began its relations with China on a very friendly note. After the Chinese Revolution in 1949, India was one of the first countries to recognize the communist government, because in 1949 revolution, so communism spread to China and the communist government was established in China, and India was one of the first countries to recognize the communist government of China, okay, as a friendly gesture. Nehru felt strongly for the neighbor that was coming out of the shadow of Western nation and helped the new government in international fora. Because with Nehru support, China get a seat in the United Nations Council, permanent seat. The joint enunciation of Panchashila, the five principles of peaceful coexistence and cooperation, the five principles of peaceful coexistence by Indian Prime Minister Nehru, the Chinese Premier Zhou Enlai in 10th April 1954, as a step in the direction of stronger relations with the two countries. Both the countries, India and China, had the Panchashila principle as the principle of future coexistence and peaceful coexistence and cooperation. Right? And this principle was accepted globally, and even United Nations has accepted this Panchashila as the ideal principle of friendly, peaceful cooperation and coexistence. Okay. So India and China leaders visited each other's country and were greeted by large and crowds. In India, Hindi Chindi Bhai Bhai became a prominent slogan. So this is the period when the popular slogan between the two countries, the Hindi Bhai Bhai. A little earlier to 1962, boundary dispute has surfaced between India and China. India claimed that the boundary was a matter of settled colonial time, but China said that any colonial decision did not apply to them. The main dispute was the western and the eastern end of the long border. China claimed two areas within the Indian territory, the Aksai Chin area in the Ladakh region of Jammu and Kashmir and much of the state of Arunachal Pradesh in what was then called the Northeastern Frontier Agency as its territory, whereas these are integral part of Indian territory earlier. In 1957 and 1959, the Chinese occupied the Aksai Chin area and built a strategic road there. Despite a very long correspondence and discussion with the top leaders, the differences could not be resolved. Several small border skirmishes the two armies of the two countries took place. The Indo-China War of 1960 as a betrayal of having strong Asian axis counteract the increased influence of the Cold War bloc superpowers. Throughout the 1940 and 1950s, Nehru had been an ardent advocate of Asian unity. Under his leadership, India convened the Asian Relation Conference in March 1947, 5 months ahead of the attaining independence. India's attainment of independence coincided with the beginning of the Cold War era. This period was marked by the political, economic, military competition at the global level. The two blocs led by the superpowers like USA and USSR. And to set the India particularly and other independent countries in general, India promoted the concept of non-alignment. Okay. The same period also witnessed development like the establishment of the UNO, the creation of nuclear weapons, the emergence of communist China, the beginning of the decolonization. These are the features of the period. The foreign policy of independent India vigorously pursued the dream of a peaceful world by advocating the policy of non-alignment, by reducing Cold War tensions, and by contributing human resources to the UN peace operation. China war dented India's image at home and abroad. India had an approach the American and the British for military assistance tied up the crisis. It went against the principle of non-alignment. But in the post-independent period, India followed a policy of non-alignment. Don't want to align militarily with any country, especially neither USA nor USSR, but coming under Chinese threat, he has to request USA and England to come to its rescue. No doubt, America came to the rescue of India, this Indo-Chinese war, but this affected or this went against the principle of non-alignment set by India. The war resulted in a strained relationship with India and China, in the Asian axis that could have counteracted the increasing influence of the Cold War bloc superpowers. If India and China were able to maintain good relations and establish a strong foundation in the Asian continent, the influence of the Cold War bloc superpower might not have been that India, but unfortunately that has not taken place. So thus it could be said that the Indo-China War of 1960, the betrayal of India's attempt at establishing a long-standing peace with China and having strong Asian axis counteract the increased influence of the Cold War bloc superpowers. No doubt it was true that whatever India attempted to maintain peace was not successful because China betrayed India's trust. This Sino-Indian War totally derailed the Indian initiative, check the block involvement of this continent in the superpower, the polarization. Fine. Then the MCQs, consider the following statement regarding recently typhoon in news. Typhoon Haikui barreled into southeastern Taiwan, is correct. Typhoon Saola, a village in Liwan Moon, Hong Kong, both are correct. Incorrect is neither. So option because incorrect, neither is incorrect. Consider the following statement regarding the Union Home Minister run the Amrit Kalash Jatra and the Meri Mati Meri Desh campaign in Delhi, right? Meri Mati Meri Desh, the tagline Mitko Naman, Hero Ko Bandhan. So both are correct. Both 1 and 2 are correct. So consider the following statement regarding Zealandia. A narrow microcontinent exits the South Pacific Ocean. So that is South Pacific Ocean. Correct. And the existence of Zealandia was first recorded in 1642. Right. Fine. The Semaku Island. Semaku Island is in Singapore. The Jabri Commission to OBC reservation. Okay, so it is mentioned sometimes, and that is to OBC, other backward class reservation in the country. It is appointed to the Monroe Commission. Consider the following statement: the term India for the territory of Bharat was added by 42 Constitutional Act 1976. Wrong. Name and territory of the Union mentioned in Article 1 of Indian Constitution. Right. So here option correct. Option 2 is correct because Article 1 read India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. So two names, both India and Bharat, have been mentioned Article 2 of the Article 1 of Indian Constitution. Very first article. Then question number 7. Recently, the port of Odisha and the Komska and the Pamendi are in news. They are all in the Black Sea, and the Russia-Ukraine war have made these ports famous because on the Black Sea Grain Initiative, the items are being exported from these ports. Consider the following statement regarding Arogya Maitri. India has built world first disaster hospital called Arogya Maitri. That is correct. These medical tubes have been developed under the project Bhisma. So both 1 and 2 are correct. Consider the following statement regarding the stump-tailed macaw. They are located in South Asian region. So right. Comes under the IUCN vulnerable list. Right. Their habitat is at the tropical and subtropical forest. Also right. So all they are correct. All the 3 are correct. Recently, Black Sea grain deal is in news. This deal between Turkey, Russia, Ukraine. So all these countries are involved in the Black Sea Grain Initiative or the grain deal to export grain from Ukraine, because Ukraine is a major supplier, and the supply chain interruption due to the Russia-Ukraine war has aggravated the global food security. So to ensure global food security, this Black Sea Grain Initiative have been launched by international collaboration, by which Ukraine has been permitted to export food grains from the Black Sea coast. Okay, so this and Russia was part of this, but subsequently Russia has withdrawn from the Black Sea initiative. So it is a big setback for Russia, because but still Russia decided to withdraw from the Black Sea initiative. Okay. Thank you for watching. Watch regularly to update yourself.